Hi, how are you doing? We have a Sony cassette deck here, made in Japan. It looks like a fairly nice one. It's the tc-w320. There is no line fuse in the AC primary, so there's no overcurrent protection in the primary side of the power transformer. And it's a power standby, so the switch is after the power transformer for the on and off. So this power transformer has electricity going through it unprotected at all times if it's plugged in. So we're going to put a line fuse in it for overcurrent protection. So the first thing we're going to do is look at the plug here. It's non-polarized, but if it's polarized you want to put the plug on the live side of the circuit. So we clean our tip. Okay, we'll tin it with a little solder here. Okay, so I'm going to take this one off here. There we go, we got that off. So this is a solder pump. You caulk it by pushing this. But I'm going to do it over the sink so that I don't get it all over my floor. And we're going to be picking the excess solder up off this terminal. There we go. Okay, this feels like it cooled down some here. And put that off. Okay, so we'll squeeze these strands in together here. Okay, we'll pull this zip cord back a little bit. And the fuse is going to go right there. So we're going to have to strip this back a little bit. We'll twist these strands together so they're all nice and tight. We'll put a little flux on them here. Okay, we'll tin our iron up a little bit, put a little solder on our iron. And we will tin this wire. There, see how nicely that's tinned? Okay, so we'll poke it into our fuse block here. Squeeze it over with the pliers, bend it up. I'll put some flux on it here. I'll put some on both sides, the top and the bottom. I'm going to do this off the camera because it's kind of tricky. I put some solder on the tip, and I'm going to bring it over and set it on here. We're going to have to put some more solder on the tip. Okay, I'm heating the copper wire and the terminal. There, see how nice and neat that is? It filled the hole. I let that cool a little bit there. Okay, so now we're going to do our other side. We're just going to strip a very tiny piece. Okay, again, we'll twist our strands together. Put it in some flux. And I will tin the wire here. Okay, so I'm going to take and put it in the block here. Again, I'm going to squeeze there and squeeze there so it's a nice flat connection. I put some flux on it again, like the same thing I did on the other side. Okay, I'm going to put some solder on our iron there. And I'll bring it over very carefully. And I'll just set it right on there, heating I'm heating both the copper wire and the terminal. I'm going to let it flow right through there nicely. See how that flowed through nicely? And I'll let that cool. I'm going to turn it over. It's a nice solder joint on both sides. I'm going to bring this in slightly. I want to make sure the wire is coming up through the hole. There it is. Okay, now we can mount the block onto the chassis. So we put the screw through here. We have to put a piece of plastic under it because see the rivets that hold the fuse block? They're very close to the metal, so I'm going to put that plastic divider under there. It's made for this type of a thing. So I'll be setting this right down in here. Okay, I have to stand this up here. Going to the wrong hole, I lay over this one. Put that one up right under. This one. So I straighten the block and the piece of plastic there. And I just tighten this down. Okay, so this wire is going to be coming back and it's going to be going up here, so I'm going to cut it about right here. I strip it off neatly there. And I'll bring it right up to the terminal and I'll wrap the wire around here clockwise. Now I'll just take the pliers here and just make sure my twist is all nice and even. I want to make sure that all the strands are all the way in nice and neat. I might be able to do it this way. And just going over it by hand to make sure they're all in. So now we'll put some flux on the wire and the terminal there. Clean my tip again. Okay, I tin the iron. I hit the copper wire there and I just gently add some solder. There we go. And we are all done. So I tin the iron when I'm done. Okay, so now we'll just use our nut driver here. We'll take a look at it. It's all nice and straight. And we will put our fuse in it. Thanks for watching.